Hey fellas, Ryan here. I'm doing a brief after build video, I guess, of my new little toy. I picked up an SCX10 Deadbolt, and this truck just screamed to me something, you know, do something goofy, have a little bit of fun with it. I basically thought I'll build one of these and I'll just be more of a basher kind of thing that will be able to hold its own in the trail, and but also be a truck that you're not afraid to just go out and beat the hell out of it. Roll it, crash it, flip it, get it dirty, you know, get it wet. RC's all about having fun, so I figured, you know, I'll take a step away from the, you know, the more scale looking trail trucks that I have been building as of late, and I'll just have a little bit of fun with this thing. So this is pretty much what I came up with. There's an overall view, I suppose. Big tires, big fake motor. You know, nothing really left. I mean, some scale items on there, but it's not meant to be a scale trail truck by all means. So I'm gonna try and get through this. You know, I don't want to make a really long, boring video, but just give you guys an idea of what I've done with it. There's no groundbreaking mods or anything really new and exciting on this truck. It's all bolt-on stuff with a, you know, a little bit of my own flavor, I guess. From the start, you'll notice, I guess, big 2.2s on there. Pitbull Rock Beasts Axial Rockster wheels. I put the other beadlocks on it. I just thought it sort of suited the style of this truck better, so that's why I added those. RC four-wheel drive sidebars, you can see there, do a good job of protecting the body, and you know, they'll help push off tree stumps and logs or whatever rocks you're smashing up against, especially with those bigger tires. The front bumper is also an RC four-wheel drive item. They call it a light bar front bumper, I believe. The idea is you mount 4 light buckets on top. I've opted for 2 light buckets on the bottom, which will not be of any good because there's actually not enough clearance behind the back of the light bucket to have your wires come out. So they're just there for looks anyway. And the top 2 are supposed to mount on the outer edges of the light bar here. And I'm not obviously using lights there. I've put some 6mm spacers and some bigger screw heads on there, and bolted through there. Basically just as a place to wrap my tow rope. As you can see, the length that took me a few tries to get the length right so that I could stretch it just enough to get it around the post, but we'll see if that lasts. This might just come flying off the first time I roll it, I don't know, but you know, it's trial and error on that one. So there's goofy stuff there. Supercharged Chevy 454 blown. That's an RPM thing you get. You can either buy all chrome or all black. To me, it's easier to buy the chrome one, paint in the black stuff. And I put a few coats of Tamiya PS55 flat clear coat on it. And you know, with anything chrome, the fact that when I roll this, that will get scratched and all beat up and it'll start to look pretty crappy. So a few coats of clear coat on there might add to that thing looking a little bit nicer for a little bit longer. So I guess it's worth it. What else can I show you here? The rear bumper. Again, RC four-wheel drive. It's a front bumper. I wanted to keep it, I wanted something really narrow to go in the back, and this is the big thing for me, was I needed somewhere to mount some nice little shackles. So same thing, these are RC four-wheel drive mini Kong mini shackles, I think they are, and a nice little sticker from my old dingo kit. I hate mud. The something funny with this truck, when I got it out of the box, the stickers, sponsor stickers here, the door handle, the hinges were there, I did not have any stickers. There's supposed to be a black sticker on this panel that was not there. The lights were there. And on the passenger side, there were no sponsor stickers, no door hinge stickers, but it did have the door handle. So I never really did. I mean, I should have probably sent Axial an email, or maybe I still will, I guess, doesn't matter. But, you know, your stickers were 60% complete. But I thought it was odd to me that, I don't know, if you have some, how do you end up with some stickers on one side and you can't finish putting the stickers on the same side? It's kind of strange. So I sort of went through all my old kits and dug out what I had, and, you know, came up with some, I don't even know, bits and pieces of stuff. I think one's like that Profab and that Angle one, I think that's from an old Traxxas kit. So whatever, like I said, whatever I had. I wanted to fill up some space, so pulled out some Brick Scoop Racing, my old number 3 there, just to keep going with that, you know, just the theme of having a truck that I can beat up and have a little bit of fun with, and not necessarily build it to be any sort of scale realism. It was a fun build because there's no limits. You know, you just you know, do whatever you want. You want to put skull face there driving your truck, you're never going to see that in real life. So this is the truck. Have some fun with it. What the hell? Inside, Holmes Hobbies running gear. That's a Torque Master waterproof BRXL, and I think that's a Crawlmaster Pro motor. It's a 13.5 turn, super smooth motor. These are really nice, and it's got lots of power. Run it on 3-cell, and it's got great wheel speed. And you know, big tires, it'll plow through the snow, it'll go over anything. It did end up getting to be a little bit heavy, but again, this is just to go out and beat up, so have some fun with it. There are, I guess, anybody out there that's got a Deadbolt, you can see I have moved the battery to the front. I've also upgraded to 4-link suspension in the front. All the links now. Lower links are aluminum, steering linkage aluminum. Front and rear shock hoops are both aluminum. STRC stuff. H-brace. What else do we have to show you here? RC 4-wheel drive King shocks. These are for the short course trucks, so they're about 100 mils. I did put some different lower ball ends on them, so I think these work out to be about 95 mils, and they are still long enough to get clearance for the body. I don't really think there is any major rubbing with these, even with these big 2.2s. And those are I put 15 weight oil in there because it's winter right now. This, you know, this, as soft as they can be, the better. It gets a bit thick depending on how cold you run in. So I think the last thing maybe here is STRC axle truss there. A little hint of green just to match the body. Aluminum lockouts, RC 4-wheel drive wheel wideners there. I thought because this thing got a little bit taller, I should also go a little bit wider and try and keep it as stable as I could, just to add to the fun aspect of driving. You know, the more times you get stuck on upside down on your roof, the less fun that is if you keep having to chase after it to flip it over. So if you can spend 30-some bucks for wheel wideners and save yourself, who knows, countless amount of rollovers because of that extra track width, to me it's worth it. That probably added, it's over an inch. I think it's about 1.25 inches wider than stock with those wheel wideners on there. And then, of course, whatever you get from putting big fat wide tires on it. So there is a gain there. There's a a reason and a method to my madness, but for something that I just wanted to build to go beat out, have some fun with it, not worry about any rules and regulations, and you know, I don't know, I think it turned out okay. I don't know if I'm going to get any more in depth on this truck. Maybe I took off the stock light bar just to keep the roof line a little bit low and sleek. I mean, it's sort of, I get a feeling of this truck being like a muscle car sort of feel. So that's why I put that RPM motor sticking out of the roof or the hood and all that stuff. So the light bar to me didn't add to that muscle car feel. That's why I took that off. So I think if I do decide to put lights back on it, most likely I think a guy could use the stock mounting brackets on the side of the windshield, which of course I've taken off, but they mount up with these two screws here, and a 4-inch Vanquish LED light bar, and you'll have to use a couple of spacers on either side. But that would about do it. I mean, if you need to have lights to run this thing out in the dark, then there's lots of options out there. You guys know that already, so I'm not telling you anything you don't know. And I guess we're about 11 minutes in, so I'm going to call her done. That's my deadbolt, my basher, my trail basher, I guess. I'm thinking that I will just call that guy Scully, and this truck will be the Green Bastard. If anybody has any better ideas or something equally as clever or far more clever, because that's not very clever anyway, then feel free to let me know. And as for that, I will sign off. I do have a couple other updates and some other projects I have been working on that I will try to find time to get you guys. And until then, thanks for watching. Hopefully you got a little something out of this. And any questions or comments, post on down below, and I will answer when I can. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.